my god, I look like a drowned rat. Good morning. I was in a hurry, so I just spilled all my stuff. Oh, I was wondering where all them brushes went. I was just hiding. Hey, it's going good. How about you? I walked on the treadmill this morning and I took a shower and I was like running behind. I always do that. I'm like, oh, I have this much time. And then I start doing a project and then by the time I know it, it's time. Woo-hoo. How's the weather over there? Oh, thanks. Yeah, it's actually the name of that painting is called or can't even talk today. The name of the painting is called Repentance. Thanks. Alrighty. Oh my god. Feeling a bit winded. It's like the first time I sat down since 6 a.m. This is what we're working on. Oh, it's alright. Yeah, life gets busy, you know? Hopefully I can finish shading the flames on this today. So then I'll start adding the cobras in it. Probably won't do the snakes today, but sunny and warm, getting better each day. Spring is emerging. Yeah, it's supposed to snow like 3 inches today here. It's not what I need, especially with deliveries. Swear to God, it's always on a Saturday, the hot days. What do you do? Live, love, laugh, toaster bath. Ha ha. Ha. Sunny sounds really nice. It was really sunny here yesterday, and I wanted to go out in nature and go for a walk, but yeah, I didn't really get to that. Look, there's a piece of dead skin on my nose. I can see it. I spy with me little eye. You still have the heavy snow there? Yeah, sometimes, it depends on the year, but sometimes March is like the worst year for snow here. So it's like one day it's spring, and then Mother Nature's like, parkour, and then it's winter again. I love it so much. This sounds crazy, and I feel like I've said this before, but I feel like your birth month is like the season where you thrive. Because everybody that I know that loves winter is a winter baby. And I was born in the spring, and I thrive the best in spring. Like, I'm just ready, you know? Hello! How's everyone's Saturday? I like what you're painting. It looks really cool. Thank you. Oh, jeez. I'm just shading flames today. Hopefully, my goal is to finish the flames today. Not outlining them, but just shading, because it's taken me quite a few hours already. And then another day. I don't know how Cricket's hair is all over this thing. But I forgot where I was going with that squirrel. Oh yeah. Another day I'm going to add the snakes into it, and then after that I think it'll be done. I don't know if this one is going to have a lot going on in it. It might be more simple, maybe not. But it'll be cool. I love you here. I'll right back at ya. The chief on the wall behind you, I like him. What's his name? See you on the other side. It's actually a piece I dedicated to my mom because she's half Ojibwe from Red Lake, Minnesota. Like my mom was pretty dark. She had beautiful skin. So if there's like, you know, Native American stuff in my work, that's why. Ah, thanks, Joey. Yeah, if you guys want to check out the stories behind any of the paintings, I have a ton of videos on YouTube here. I actually have a playlist. Yeah. Are you? Good morning. What tribe? In what state? Finally found another painter. Well, hello, Danny. What do you paint, Danny? I'm curious. Want me to like and sub? That would be wonderful. Help a starving artist not starve. I'm not kidding. I shouldn't be laughing about that, but here we are. That would be much appreciated. I do. Oh, thank you. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. I do abstract pop art and do dabble in everything mixed media. Cool. Do you do acrylic or oils? Ooh. Jamie's an artist too. Very nice. I love pop art. I love the bright colors. So pretty. Acrylic. Nice. Do you have like a favorite kind of paint? I thought about getting into oils, but I'm not there yet. You know, because it's an investment. When I came, my eyes just wide. Oh, thank you. Hey, you know what? Sometimes the messages that you need in life are in the silence. You know, I think that's why, I don't think, but like, that's why nature is so healing. You know? Finally get a break from the overstimulation in the world. I was really bummed out because I listened to metalcore, and there were a couple artists. I just had like a feeling that they were AI artists, and I found out they were, and that made me really sad. It's like, where's the originality in that? Like, it's a good song, but the vocals were so perfect that like I could sense that it was AI. It was. No robot can ever replace what the human hands have touched. Ever. I'll go down in flames, AI! I'm so cheap, I just buy basic pro kits from Temu. Hey, you wanna know how cheap I am? I buy my paint from Walmart. You don't need to have fancy stuff. I don't know about you, but I found using the expensive paint, I don't like it. It's too thick. I like this watery, crappy stuff. Because that's what I grew up using. You know, because we didn't have a lot of money when I was a kid. So my mom would buy paint from Walmart. And here we are. Years later. Probably not going to tell you how many years, but it's been a minute. I love your work, by the way. Thank you. Speaking of nature, you ever paint any waterfalls? I did when I was a kid, but it's not really my thing. I like to paint dead things. Like things that... that sounds really bad. I like darkness. How to sound psycho without sounding psycho. I like painting dark things and bringing the light out of them. So I've dabbled in naturescape stuff, but it's not really my vibe right now. Have you? AI is trash. I feel like AI can be used as a tool, but when it comes to art, it makes me salty. I do that too, but I feel guilty because I sell my stuff for crazy money, and to me, it's just fun and messing around when I'm not playing music. Why would you feel guilty about that? I mean, people aren't paying for the materials you put into it. They're paying for the emotion and your heart that you poured into it. It has nothing to do with the cost of the materials. Do you think Walmart feels guilty for making 20 bucks off of a cheap toy? I wouldn't even feel bad. People pay you what you're worth. So, own it. They clearly value what you bring, you know? And I think sometimes as an artist, it's hard to swallow that. Like, oh my God, somebody can, like, value my work as much as me, if not more. Like, that is a gift. I like your skeleton paintings back there. Thank you. Those are actually the first ones that I created back in, was it 2020 or 2021? That one there is the second painting I made after quitting art for almost a decade. I guess you're right. Thanks for that. Yeah, you just gotta own it. I've been guilty of using AI on my background pics, but I realize my messy studio is fine. Yeah, I mean, to each their own. I don't know, there's like people who edit YouTube videos, I heard they're gonna, like, they either, if they haven't started already, they're gonna start using AI, but like, I don't know, when you take hands-on work out of it, it kind of becomes meaningless, in my opinion. It becomes soulless? Yeah. Where's everybody from? Where do you live? La Crosse, nice. Brooklyn, Colorado. The Sims vibe? What? Germany, very cool. Michigan. Do you make slime? No. No, I don't. When I was a kid, probably. I think everybody was obsessed with Nickelodeon back in the day. Is that even a thing anymore? I gotta ask because I really don't know. Yeah. Ever thought about using airbrush for painting? Yeah. I thought about it, but then that's another thing. I feel like when you got an ADHD type brain, it's easy to get very overwhelmed if you're into too many things. I want to get into doing graffiti with spray paint. I used to spray paint a lot when I was a kid. I'd probably do spray paint over airbrush. Everything is an app now. Yeah. I think the biggest bad taste I've had in my mouth, and I know people need to make a living off of being content creators and stuff, is I'll listen to somebody who's giving a spiritual message, and mid-message they'll go, by the way, here's my course, or buy my merch, and I'm just like, you just ruined the whole message. Can you put that in a different video? I don't know, that's just my thoughts. It just kind of, I don't know, I didn't like it. I don't like it. Okay, I got a borderline brain, and I kind of know what you mean. I just use it for some painting, but you're right. Yeah, like, I don't know. The thought of getting into airbrush makes me anxious. Because, I mean, I already paint, I already make jewelry, I already make candles, I play music, I play guitar, I play drums, I sing, and I just feel like adding more is just, ugh. At this moment in life. I'm not saying like forever, but right now that's not, you know, not something that I can handle. Especially with the stuff that I'm going through in life. I've got like way too much on my plate to pick up a new thing. I gotta focus on taking care of myself first, you know. Life got pretty dark for a while in 2025. Yeah, it's like tattoo artistry. I've had a lot of people be like, hey, have you ever thought about tattooing? I've thought about it, but paying however many $1,000s for an apprenticeship and starting at the bottom at my age just sounds terrible to me. And I don't want to touch people. I don't like people that much to get that close. That's so blunt. I'm sorry. But I'm also not. But yeah. But I thought about it because I heard, you know, the tattoo artists that I've hired to do my tattoos, they can't do paintings because they're so busy tattooing. You know, they just don't have the time because they're essentially running their own business. You know, so that's why I never went down that route. I feel like there's this misconception of painters. Like, I told somebody the other day, I was doing like a Uber Eats order, and he's like, what the heck did he say to me? He goes, oh, he said like Uber Eats, and I was like, oh, so DoorDash, because he was doing DoorDash or whatever. And he asked me, like, what I was doing and stuff, and I was like, I mentioned that I was a business owner, and he's like, oh! And then I was like, yeah, I'm an artist. He goes, oh, rough, huh? And I'm like, yeah, just a little bit. But I feel like if you're not, like, famous or something like that, and you don't have a name for yourself, there's so much judgment around being a painter. It's like, if it wasn't for people like us, you wouldn't have wall art. AI relationships, oh my god, people seriously need to go to therapy and work that out. Oh my god. That's avoidance for you. You know what I think it is? I think it's avoidance. People don't want to change. Having a real relationship takes work, and You know, if somebody doesn't want to change and they want control over the whole situation, it's easier to date a robot because they're not owning their shit. It's easier to avoid it than it is to actually work through stuff with somebody. That's sad. I feel like there's going to be another wave, though, you know, where people are going to be craving authenticity because there's just so much fakeness. I just thought about it because I already saw you drawing multiple times in the stream, and it's obvious that transitioning of colors is easier with an airbrush. I don't really care what's easier, I do what feels right, you know? You're so right. I watch so many inspirational videos on YouTube and suddenly they start talking about their sponsor. I know. Yeah. And today's sponsor isn't like, would I work with a brand one day? Yeah, but it has to be the right video. You know? I don't know. I don't even know if I would. I don't know. Yeah, I hear you, Star Drive. I'm with you on that bus. If I was doing like a grocery haul and I was sponsored by Poppy, which I like their drinks, I would do it, but yeah. When it's like super personal, and then they're like, oh, and buy my course, and I'm like, eh. Yeah, everyone's got their own way. I mean, it's kind of like, just an example, sometimes I'll post an emotional video and, or like something that's sarcastic and people just don't get it and they try and give me advice and it's like, I wasn't asking for advice. I was just stating my opinion, you know? Sure, there's easier ways, but art is what feels good. You know, it's a flow state. So, yeah. I got you. Everyone's got different ways of doing things. Yeah, she's good. She's taking a nap. I found 5-pound note the other day, and it reminded me of when you find that $20 bill note in the car park. Oh, that's cool. Were you asking for a sign? That's awesome. Yeah, it's funny how life unfolds like that, you know, just by being present and slowing down a little bit. Because if I would have never listened to that inner voice to go to Walmart, I wouldn't have found that $20. I'd love to hear about your story. Share it in the comments if you feel called to. For R? Jeffrey, what are you talking about? Oh, okay, you too. Thanks, homie. Hey, definitely not Hazel. Aww. Hey, you know what? A little goes a long way, especially if you don't have much. I'm happy you got food for yourself. You know, it's ironic how life works, because the second we feel like God or the universe has forgotten about us, we're reminded in those little moments, you know. Or we meet somebody that's kind, that's a stranger in passing, and it lights up our day. I feel like without those little interactions, it'd be meaningless, you know. So I'm happy you found that. If I had money, I'd help you, but I don't. I'm kind of screwed right now. But if I did, I would. Ah, thanks, literally, right? It's literally on file. Firepower. I've got really good at being thrifty. You know what I think in seasons of life like this where there's tight spaces as far as finances, it really does, it's humbling, it sucks, and it does teach you to be more frugal with your money. It taught me that, because like when I was thinking of, it's funny you brought that up, I was thinking about this yesterday. I was like, oh shoot. I was thinking a lot about this. Hang on, let me get my bearings together in my brain. Come on, you stupid thing. Parkour. I used to spend so much money in my 20s on dumb stuff. The newest, greatest brand name items, and I was making like $16 an hour back then. $16 an hour. And I was just buying, especially like when my mom passed away. I had emotionally spend. It was a problem that I needed to fix. Ouch. Figure that was my ankle. But I thought about that, how much dumb stuff I used to buy. The first time I got myself into like $20,000 with a credit card debt was when my mom died and I purchased stuff to cope. And my aunt was like, "Where's all your money going?" And I was so embarrassed to tell her that, hey, I was emotionally spending and I got myself into a bad situation, so I was making $500 payments to pay them down and pay them off. Yeah, I had to pay for that. Now this time I got myself into it because I was like, I'm gonna quit my job and pursue art. But yeah, it reteaches you how to be frugal. I mean, I even burned through my emergency fund. That's when you know it's bad. I would hate to have too much money. It would not make me happy. You know, yes and no. Like, you don't need money to be happy, but I've been watching a lot of videos on money wounds. And a lot of times when we're like in poverty, and like I have yet to attest to this and like, you know, live through the experience, but you know, when we're younger and we don't grow up with anything, we're taught, oh hey, money's bad, it's evil. Rich people are bad, rich people are evil, and that mindset keeps us poor. You know, because I've met some really giving millionaires, you know, that live around here that have multi-million-dollar businesses through somebody I know personally. But I've went out to these people's places, and some of them are really freaking nice. Some are stuck up, but I think that's with people in general, you know. But it makes sense when I've been doing these money wounds, watching these videos about money wounds, that mindset keeps us stuck. Like, there's almost this feeling of, it's different for everybody, but like for myself, I thought about making a video about this, but I was thinking about this, I was like, I feel like I used to more so, I feel like I'm not good enough to have wealth. Or I feel like I'm not, you know, I used to feel like I wasn't good enough to acquire things or have a lot, you know, because when I was younger, I was told, Tyler, take what you can get, be grateful for it, and yes, there's a point to that too, but like, there's also nothing wrong with wanting more, you know. I think there's definitely, you know, I think my biggest fear has always been like, I don't want my ego to take over, but you know, I think it really proved its point in this messy season of my life when I hardly had anything. I gave what I had away to people, you know. And I think in seasons of where you don't have a lot, God is testing you to see where your heart really is. Because before you're elevated, He will put you through a desert season, and it is not a good time. I've been going through it for a long time. But, you know, sometimes in order to be shaped and developed for the person that can handle what's next, He'll throw you into the pit and it feels like you're putting out fires constantly. He'll put you through hell before he elevates you. It's not fun. And it kind of sounds like what you're going through right now. You can correct me if I'm wrong. So I post my vulnerability online is like, when I get to where I'm going in my life, people can't be like, well, she just had it easy. Because the proof will be right there, you know? I mean, there was a guy that I watched his videos for a couple of years, and he had an Instagram video randomly pop up on my business page, and he was talking about how he was late on a car payment, he was 2 months behind in rent, and he's like, I just let go, and I was like, screw it, like, what do I got to lose, you know? And there was this moment of letting go, and then he had this idea pop in his mind, and he made a video, and he went viral. It's just crazy how stuff like that works. I just love the artwork. Thank you, weird kitty cat. Yeah, and another question, Star Drive, but like something to put in perspective, like if you believe that a lot of money wouldn't make you happy, are you happy right now with nothing? You know? I had to ask myself these questions. Because I sure as hell am not. I'm grateful, but I'm not happy with my circumstances. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with wanting more. If you know what makes a millionaire better than anybody else? Nothing. It's just a status. Like, you're just as deserving of that. Even if it's not that, even if it's being debt free. Oh, thank you. I appreciate you. Feel free to like, comment, subscribe. I think that's the first time I ever said that in a video. Well, a live stream, I guess. I have said it in videos. There's this Star Drive. If you're into it, I'm not telling you what to do because I hate when people tell me what to do. It's like nobody's gonna tell me how to live my life. Oh, thank you. I appreciate you. Look up Jamie C. Like sea, like the ocean. She talks about money wounds. I like her videos. Because she explains it in a better context than I would, you know. And everyone's so afraid to talk about it. I think that that's why I've had a drop in views recently, because I've been so open about it. But it's scary to people to be honest or, you know, go down that route of facing their own situation, you know. You're right, this is why I love listening to you too, because you make me think about things differently. Yeah, you know, it's essentially just, I appreciate that firstly, but it's essentially thinking outside the box. You know, because when we're young, we have this, I have chills for some reason, we have this belief system, and we're told this is right, this is wrong, but I think the beauty of, oh, that was so pretty, squirrel. The beauty of being an adult is free will, and it's making our own choices, and it's paving our own path. We don't have to live the life that our parents lived. Like, I grew up watching my parents struggle with money, and I don't want to raise my children in an environment like that, so I think I've been thrown into the fire to never do that again. so I don't have to raise my future children in an environment, where people are fighting about it. I don't want to do that. Because it does something to you as a kid. You feel like it's your fault. I used to think, this is really vulnerable, but I used to think, God, maybe, if I wasn't born, my parents wouldn't be struggling with money right now. I used to think that stuff. It had nothing to do with me. They chose to have me. It's kind of their fault. But they were doing what they could with what they had. They were young. They were in their 20s. Hang on, let me show you guys this. Oh my God, there's snare. I'm not happy about it because I was going to do deliveries today, but can't really. I'm not going to show you too much because I don't want you all to know where I live. See the bush? Oh my God, it's snare. Hi. My God, my hair's still wet. It's been almost an hour. Hairstylists have told me I have a rich hair follicle. It won't be dry because it's pretty thick. It doesn't look like I have a lot, but there, she's coming to life. Thanks for the hearts. I've been trying to up my water intake and lower my coffee intake. Snow, I love some snow. I wish some had some of that. Could you post some too? Yeah. I mean, it'll be coming down all day. I hope it looks this pretty. It's nice to look at. It's not fun to drive in, but I can probably snap a picture. Where I live is cold. Where do you live? Don't put your address, you guys. I'm just asking what state or country. Sure is wonderfully looking. Yeah. Who knows, maybe I'll just stay home and say screw everything. I mean, I already don't have enough money to make my bills, so fuck it. That's not. And my tire in the rear is balding. It's got like bald spots on it. It's bad. It's not worth risking my life to deliver freaking food to somebody. I've been applying for like waitressing jobs too. Nothing. Crickets. Having a good resume really screws you over. Sucks. I just gotta trust that I'm doing my best and things will work out. Me and my friend, we draw a lot and paint a lot, and we have gotten first place in our school. That's cool. Ha! See, I'm a poet and didn't even know it. That's awesome. What do you like to draw? I like to draw people and animals. Very cool. Like, do you like to paint or do you draw with pencil or pen? I draw with pen. Very cool. So it sounds like you like line work. Yeah. Go for chew. Yeah, she's got great content. I think you'll really find what she has to say useful. My favorite stuff for short form's okay, but I like, just personally speaking, I like her podcast style, like her sit-down videos. Where she's kind of more in flow. And then there's more context, but to each their own, you know? Just my 2 cents from the peanut gallery. Yeah, watching her videos has definitely helped shift my perspective on the whole subject, you know? Yeah, because she had a video where she had you imagine, okay, well, how much money a month do you want to make? Because she's a self-made millionaire. And she's like, think about, start off with a number, say like $5,000 for instance. If that does something in your nervous system and it makes you uncomfortable, lower the number until it feels comfortable, and then just keep upping it. Because we put so much identity in our worth, you know? I think it might snow more than 3 inches today. Did you see that snowstorm in New York? They got crazy snow. It looked really fun though. It's like, if it's gonna snow, it needs to do it right. Let's get like 3 feet. And then everything's shut down and you can just be a full menace outside. One of my, ex-boyfriends taught me how to snowshoe. That was fun. Probably one of the nicest things he ever did, but... Tyler, be nice! I am. I'm just being honest. I saw snow sculptures that people had done. Like, locally where you live. Sorry, my hair does weird things when it dries back here. It's still like, feels like I just got out of the shower back here. Business in the front, party in the back. If you know, you know, you know. They have in Minneapolis, which is like that's called the Twin Cities in Minnesota. They have like a big castle, like tons of sculptures. There's like a whole winter thing they put on. I don't remember. It might be in Minnehaha Park. I've never went to it, but it sounds kind of cool. In New York, they looked really cool. Oh, I bet there's a lot of really good artists in New York. If it wasn't so expensive, I'd probably move back. "3D pavement art? I don't know if I've ever seen that. It sounds cool. Aw, thank you. I appreciate you. Aw, thank you. Y'all, it's so nice to be here. I know, I kinda got lost in the zone there for a second. Auto zone. Yeah, I just have this bottom part. And the flames are done. Hello. Good morning, Starshine. The earth says hello. It's actually looking pretty solid. I'm excited. I think this is my third painting for this year already. Oh, it's like so pretty. They're light and fluffy. They look like little feathers falling outside. I don't like winter, but that's pretty. We're supposed to get more snow next week. Apparently. So they say. You're going to run out of wall space? I already did. I have a big box full of canvases that are done. So it's just like laying in the corners of my house. I have paintings just set everywhere. I'd hang them up, but the more holes I have in my wall, the more that I have to putty when I move out of this place one day. It's funny you said that. I don't know. I don't know about you guys, but I've been like in the mood for adventure. Like I just want to get out and explore. I'm so ready. I just need to figure out how or what. I have an idea. Oh, thank you. I appreciate you. Much obliged. It's a heart with the flames. When did I start making this? Well, I used to make art when I was a kid and a teenager, and then, long story short, my mom passed away, so I quit doing art for like almost 8 years. So I would say I started again back in 2019. It's been a little while. Yeah, probably like, geez, the last 7 years now. It's been a while. Time flies when you're having fun. Ha ha ha. Reminds me of the Tyler, the Creator flames. It's what he wore in his album. That's really weird you said that, because my name is Tyler. And I heard, do you ever hear about his story? I don't remember what app he was uploading to when he got discovered, but somebody discovered him. I think it might have been YouTube. I've never listened to his stuff, but I've heard a lot about him. It's a flannel with like a blue background. Really? Weird. It's so freaking ironic. No, I painted this canvas. I started out with blue and green, and then I was like, what am I going to put on it? And I had this concept in mind for the last couple of years, and I was like, well, I'm just going to bring it to life, so that's what I decided. Like, originally I wasn't planning on painting a heart and flames on it. I didn't know what I was going to put on it. That's so weird. I don't know. I don't believe in coincidences, though, do you? Weird. Because he does, like, he does rap. correct? He's a rapper, from what I gathered. I heard he's an artist too, but I could be wrong. Yeah, same. He is. Nice. I'm not really a rap person. Like, I like NF and Mac Miller, and I listen to some of their stuff, but I'm more into like metalcore. The stuff where they scream at you. He produced a lot of songs. He owns a brand, 3 or 2 brands to be exact. He won a Grammy for Best Album Cover. Cool! Well, dang, he sounds like a successful guy. Yeah, I don't know. I was listening to like a podcast or something when his name came up, and they're like, yeah, he was recording, and somebody stumbled across him, and the world was sleeping on him, and then they basically reached in and they saw something in him and changed his whole life. From what I've gathered, I could be wrong, but in context, that's what I remember. It's really cool though. I do hardcore songs, Death Camp and Cherry Bomber songs that are hardcore by him. Yeah. Does him still make music? Do they? Well, my brother's first girlfriend, like his like first real love, she was like obsessed with that band. She loved them. I like Spirit Box, Bad Omens, Dayseeker. There's a band called President. They're one of my favorites now. Nothing More is a good band. Who else? Bring Me the Horizon. Kingdom of Giants is good. They're still small yet, but I'm sure they'll blow up one day in the metal world. Their stuff is really good. Really, really loud songs. Yeah, not really. I like the stuff that makes you want to send somebody into next Tuesday. It calms me down. I like the melodic metal songs. I like when it starts off really soft and pretty, and then it like, I don't know how else to explain that, but that's the best in human terms I can explain at this point. Oh, Architects, you ever hear of them? They're one of my favorite bands. I love Architects. Youngblood is a good artist. He's not metal at all. He's more like pop punk. Now he's more rock. But he started doing pop punk. Metallica be my fave. Metallica? Getting there with the flames. We just have this little corner here. Looks pretty cool. Really close up. Songs that interlude into like loud are always yes, because they start off and it's like, oh, makes me feel something. It's like rage. I've been trying to learn how to scream. It's kind of hard. When I get more money, I want to pay a coach. I have one picked out. I'm like, I need help. I need somebody to guide me. Yeah. This painting, yeah, it's about, there's a name for it that I haven't released yet, but essentially it's using your discernment in life and listening to that inner voice, protecting your heart. I'm gonna add some cobras in it too. I just gotta finish these flames first and then I'll add the snakes. Hey Faith, how's it going? I was wondering where you were at. I usually don't stream this long, but I want to get these flames done. I'm going to a friend's and just wanted to say hi. Well, have fun. Thanks for stopping in. Have the best time ever. Yeah, they have vocal coaches, so you don't like damage your vocal cords, but there's a art form to it. The problem I'm facing is projection. I can scream inwardly, but I want to learn how to squeam. I want to squeam. I want to learn how to do, like, scream outwardly. And I can do that in a whisper, but I can't project. There's something I'm not doing right. But I'm going to get it one of these days. And the hard part is there's so many people on the internet that have so many opinions, because, like, what works for one person ain't going to work for the next. The painting looks like a rock album cover. Who knows, maybe I'll end up being a vocalist one day for I'll start a band, and it's one of my goals. It's just not going to be in Minnesota. I don't belong here. Kind of a cool color. I was like looking at paint water to see what it looks like after. I don't know why I started all this over here. I know I'm going to stick my hand in the paint. I know better. Yeah. So usually I start out like that and then I shade it in. Coo, 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 coo for choo. Hi. Happy Saturday. This is gonna sound really weird, but is somebody in the chat just overcoming a sickness? Like a cold or like a cough? Eventually, I'll be doing more jewelry hauls. I've been focusing on painting and videos and gig work. One day, the reason I asked if somebody was sick in the chat is because, not you, I just keep hearing you need to prioritize self-care. It sounds freaking weird, but when stuff like that comes through, I can't ignore it. Don't shoot the messenger. Are you running yourself on empty by chance? I'd say not really. Alright, maybe it's not you. Could have been someone else. Sometimes that stuff happens every once in a while, and sometimes nobody says anything, but not everybody's comfortable enough coming forward. The Backrooms movie? Dude, this internet, not yours, but mine is bad. Probably makes you want to throw it off something very high, right? The modem. Have you ever heard the new Backrooms movie? No, I haven't. There's a movie coming out in March called, that one I haven't heard of, but the one I have, it's this girl and this guy were in love and she got in a car accident and he died. Holy crap, it's snowing up. Dying. It's coming down. But he ended up passing away in the movie and she went to prison for like 7 years. I want to go see that. Maybe it's the same one. I don't think so, but you can tell me about the one that you're talking about. This is gonna sound bad, but I don't watch television. I only watch YouTube. So the only way that I know what movies come out is ads. They always offer to give me a free trial of YouTube Premium. I just spit. Sorry, I'm spitting on you guys. But I know myself well enough, I'll forget to turn off the auto pay and I'll end up getting charged for it, so I always say no. Star Drive can't stand the ads. That's okay. I mean, if that's basically your TV, that's a cheap way of watching television. You know, especially ad-free. That was like Spotify. Oh my god, I could not have Spotify if it had ads. The Bride of the Reminders of Him, that one. I want to see that one. You nailed that one on the head. It looks so good. Dramatic, suspenseful, romantic, soul-crushing. What a cocktail of disaster. I'm here for it. Mwahaha, my evil laugh. That snow does look pretty. Oh yeah. They said we're supposed to get 3 inches, but I have a feeling it might be more. The way it's coming down, and it's supposed to snow all day. Yeah, there's big, huge chunks like this big falling from the sky. It's pretty. Who knows, maybe by my next live stream I'll have this thing done. Yeah, it ain't worth going out and doing deliveries and this stuff. I'm trying not to swear on this live. It's been challenging. Yeah, it's just not worth it if it's gonna be like that, especially with my bald tires. Not good. It's the only source of transportation I have. I can't be stupid and reckless. You know. Sucks. Of course, it's like on a day where you make the most money. Some else will give. I think today I'm just gonna focus on just letting go of stuff, because like you can only do so much, you know. Safety first, 100%. I thought I was like, well, if I don't do deliveries today, I could always start really early in the morning and work all day tomorrow. And Sundays typically pay better too. Saturdays are hit or miss. Like, there was one day I worked all day and I hardly made $100. So maybe it's my sign to chill today. Edit some content, clean out my storage space on my computer, maybe file my taxes. My friend at work made a dumb idea to drift in his car when it snowed and there was ice everywhere as he was drifting to hit his front rear of his car. Oh. Yeah, I mean, it's fun in the moment, but if you know what you're doing, mistakes can happen though. One of my exes had a drift car. He like built it to do that. I mean, he was good at a lot of things. He used to take me out. We used to go drifting on the ice. It was fun. But you gotta know what you're doing for sure. My friend at work had a dumb idea. It made me laugh. Did it happen at work? That'd be so embarrassing. Oh no, that's bad. Oh. Yeah, it was not a good idea. Gotta pick the empty lots when you're not on your shift. Yeah, he's in the parking lot behind our work, and it hit the curb where you park. He's lucky he didn't hit another vehicle. Ooh, that could have been real bad. He's lucky he hit the curb. We'll just say that much. Is he younger? It sounds like a thing a 20-year-old would do. I'm invisible! I mean invincible. Yeah, I'm sure that wasn't one of your friend's proudest moments in life. Are you planning on putting a final gloss coating? Yeah, I might do matte finish with this one. Since this is kind of like tailored towards my older style. Either that or like a semi-gloss, I'm thinking. Possibly. Potentially, figuratively, metaphorically. Otherlies. Try not to drag my sleeve in it. I'm notorious for getting paint on my clothes. We're getting there. I just have to do, I can hardly even see it, this guy. And then the flames are gone. Oh. I can see the finish line every day. Closer and closer. My next painting? I was thinking about painting that angel, but I'm on the fence because I don't want to ruin that canvas. I'm so afraid of covering up the detail, that black. Were you on for a live stream when I showed that black and white canvas? I want to get a replica of that so I can do the same thing to it and pick the one with less detail, and then I'll feel better about painting on it or over it. I think that might be next. Yeah, that one. It's kind of what I'm thinking. Because that idea or that concept is kind of living rent-free in my head right now. So I want to bring it to life to make room for other stuff. That's kind of what I'm gearing towards anyway. Look forward to that one, yeah. That would be interesting. It's either going to take me a really long time or not much time at all. I'm still kind of, like, I have the vision, but I'm still trying to, you know that meme with the guy where he's got the maps behind him and he's like smoking a cigarette because he's stressed out. I have it mapped out in my head. I need to commit. Yeah, that the story behind that painting actually has a lot to do with where I'm at in life, so I think that it'll be good to make that come to life. Do you date all of your paintings so you know what point in your life you made it, or do you just know? I put the year, but I never put like the actual date. I kind of remember what time of year I made it. Sometimes I forget the year, but I remember if I made it in spring, summer, fall, or winter. Yeah, I always put the year though. Because you have a story attached to each one, it must be easy to remember when you did it. Yeah. And I also, oddly enough, I remember what I was going through. What? Especially with those skeleton paintings up there. And this guy. Going through some major problems. Actually, when I made those, I was at like the peak of my therapy. I was doing some deep therapy work. Because I had problems. I mean, I still do, but like, I don't hate myself like I used to. In fact, I don't think I hate myself at all anymore. I used to. Did a lot of work when I was creating those. Oh man. Getting paint on my shirt. What the hell? I think the flames are done. Sweet. Well, just gonna do some touch-ups and then probably draw the snakes and then start painting them. But you hung on and you hung out with me. Show you the snow one last time. Oh my god, it's snow. Oops, there goes my tripod. Hang on. She's accumulating out there. I'm gonna turn up my furnace. I'm cold. I always turn it down because when it's blowing in the background, it goes 64 heat wave. Anyways, thanks for hanging out. I'll be on probably next Wednesday. And if I'm not, I will reschedule. Have a beautiful day.